Austin, back at it again here from Digital Home. And just want to talk to you guys quickly. I've been talking to a lot of people. They see these videos, they see me on social media, etc. And they are starting to get an idea of what smart home automation is, but then they say, like, well, how do I get started at this whole smart home automation thing? And so I want to do a video on that. And so let's start from the beginning. I think there's really two places you can be in terms of getting started with it. It's building a new home, and it's doing a renovation or just adding to your existing home. So number one, whether you're building a new home or adding to an existing home, the backbone of a smart home is in the network. Really, that's what has made the smart homes such a big topic today, right? Internet of Things, all these smart products, etc. Right? Home automation has been around for a while, but because of the internet, the products around home automation, smart homes, has just grown vastly. So you got to start there. You have to start with having a strong internet connection. If you are building a home, that's going to be really big around like wiring that home for access points, so that you're in making sure that no matter where you are in the house, there's a strong wireless connection. I'd also think about adding places where you can wire in directly, right? So think about that. And if you're not building a home and it's already built, and if you can get access points places, if you have Cat 5, Cat 6 running throughout the house, think about adding access points. If there's ways to run it through the house, think about access points. And if not, there are other alternatives today with things like the mesh Wi-Fi units out there. I'm not a huge fan of, so I definitely recommend the access points as the main option, but if you can't do it, you can't do it. Number two is going to be understanding why you want it or what you really want to do from a home automation standpoint. So I find that there's really three reasons, right? So there's the convenience factor, there's safety, and then there's aesthetic, right? And then there's money, so four. So from a convenience standpoint, a lot of times what you hear is people want to be able to manage their home from anywhere. They want to be able to use their phone instead of having to get up to turn off the lights, change the TV, or look for the remote or something like that, or lock the doors, etc. That goes into safety as well, right? If you want to be able to ensure that your doors are locked even when you're not home, then you can be able to do that through different smart products. Money. Sometimes people want to be able to control their thermostats or have their thermostats think for themselves in a way so that they're making sure that they're using their money around their the thermostats correctly. And then lastly was aesthetic, and this goes a little more into thinking about how you're wiring for speakers, or thinking about how you're wiring for your cable boxes not being in the same room as the TVs, etc. So there's a lot there in terms of deciding why you're looking at smart products, because once you understand that, you're going to understand a little bit more about how many products that do you want. Is this just a point solution, etc., right? And if it is a point solution, it's going to change my next direction that I'd send you, which is do your research and kind of do it on your own, or to consult a professional. Obviously, I am a smart home automation professional, right? So it'd be in my best interest to send everybody our direction. But in all honesty, for some people, it doesn't make sense. If you're only looking at a point solution, like you just want a smart thermostat, then you don't really necessarily need somebody to come in and access your whole home and understand which direction you want to go. You may just want to go to Home Depot, buy a Nest and install it. That's an option. Nest does have professionals that will come install it, because actually Nests are not the easiest things to install, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying, if all you want to do is have a smart lock, go buy an August. You don't need to call somebody to do that. But if you want to have a smart lock, smart music system, smart thermostat, you want all your TVs, cable boxes hidden, you want a home theater, etc., then you may want to start thinking about, okay, how do I go about this? And is there somebody that can help me? Because it's not only about like having somebody install it for you. There's just so many products out there today that the question becomes, okay, which are compatible with each other? Because if I'm going to buy all these products, do I want to get into that whole 10 apps to manage my home question, or do I want to just have a single app to do everything? So I think it's important if you're going down that route to really think about professional help. And then lastly, begin, right? And it's not just buy everything, because sometimes it means you want to do the entire house, but you can also do it modularly, because maybe from a pricing standpoint or a just where your house is standpoint, you may want to just say, okay, I just want to do the living room today, but in 2 weeks we're going to do the dining room, or a year we're going to do our master bedroom, because we're going to be remodeling then, or however you want to approach it. But those are the steps, right? Make sure your network's strong. Think about why and what you want to have in the house. Do your research or consult a professional, and then go with it. So that's everything I have for you guys today. As always, I'd love to hear from you in the comments, or you can reach me right here. My information is always above me. So look forward to talking to you guys soon, and have a great day. Peace.